Yo, guys, I had a brain fart today. I thought while I'm waiting for the replacement gold top to show up, an idea came to mind. I've seen the guys at StuMac, gluing down frets, and they have a special fret press tool which I don't have. And so I was thinking maybe I can do something similar and try to fix this by swiping a little bit of CA glue underneath the fret, and pressing it in and holding it there. So I thought maybe I could use an F-clamp. I thought, well, how am I going to figure that out? So I got my radius gauges out, and I checked the radius of this neck. Closest one I could find is 16. So I cut a piece of square dowel block off, and I used the radius gauge to line up the end points and draw a line here. Then I went to my belt sander and I created a little curve in there, which should be pretty close to a 16. Let me put my glasses on now that I've cut the strings off and see if that's gonna be pretty close or not. It is pretty close. It needs a little bit more off in the middle, and I can go and do that. So I cut the strings off. Tail piece came off really easy, but this bridge, it will not come off, and that's not supposed to be like that. Let me see what's going on with this thing. Aha. So the posts are in, probably just a little bit off. Yeah, see, they're on an arch, and I guess they got them in. Yeah. So this one is kind of flat to the body going like this, and then this one is kind of more straight going to the body like that. So these two are not in at the same angle. It's up a little bit in the front. I may be able to tap it to make it cant forward. Not sure. Do I have my hammer here? I do not. All these kinds of tools are at bench number 1. Well, that went in a little bit because I only little hit it, and I wanted to little hit it. See if it comes out. Okay, so they're in. The anchors are in pretty good on all of them. Okay. Okay. Let me give that another little bit of a tap on the front side here. See, the back side is in pretty good. I'm not sure how much good I can do. I think I'm just going to try to get it on the inside of the circumference, and maybe try to hit it forward instead of down, because down could put more pressure in the back, could end up cracking the top here. I mean, it's almost a throwaway, but it'll end up being a road worn in the end, I'm sure. But we'll try to make it as best as we can. See how much money I have to spend on it. How are we doing? Okay, that got down a little bit. Got down a little bit. I don't know if it's still the little bit that I had from before, or it's a different little bit. better with the fiber side. I can feel a better bang. All right, let's see what happens. Sometimes you want rubber fingers to be able to do things with. Sometimes you don't. Right, they're both fully down. Let's see if that helped at all. It kinda did a little bit. But if it was all the way down before screwing in, it's not enough. See, this one is perfectly flush at a 90 degree to the curvature, and this one's off a degree. Different the way they drilled the hole. One of these was also up as well. Oh yeah, it's that one in the back. Similar situation. These two have the same problem. While I'm here, and before I do any really good extensive work, I guess I can use this to try to tap that. Oh, I felt it. I felt it. Got it. Okay, that one went in. Okay. Oh, let's give that a little bit of a tap as well. Okay, I felt a tiny little bit on that also. Okay, so those will be good. And the tailpiece came off these retaining screws quite nicely. It wasn't misaligned. Yeah, see, snaps right in there very nicely. There's fingerprints all over that, and it's not mine. Okay, this one's going to be problematic, I'm sure. Maybe I'm going to give it a little bit of a harder hit with the bigger block. That one may be a little bit too soft. This one's a much stronger piece of wood. See the different rings on that? I wonder why they had a year with a certain color, then light, then dark, then light, then color. If there's any treeologists out there, let me know. And it's starting to go in too far on the back side. It is. Now there is a methodology for me to get that out, and that takes one of my motorcycle bolts to go down through the center and bring it out. Stand by. Okay, I found it. And I can just turn it by hand and it's coming out. I don't even need to get the Allen key, which is about a 6, I guess. It's about a 6. Yeah. Okay. No shims in the hole. No shims in the hole. I wonder if it's at all possible to get it to go in a little bit differently than it was to begin with, but you know what? It's following the same grooves. Again, that's what it's doing. Nope, didn't work. So some other solution would need to be found, and that would probably mean, yeah, opening the hole, re-drilling it, and blah, blah, blah. And unfortunately, I can't re-drill this by hand. I don't think this will fit anywhere near where my drill would be. Oh, maybe it would. But the drill would want to do what they did. And I wouldn't be able to cant it this way. But we're just going to have to find a different MacGyvering around it, I guess, and make it work. Now let me see if that's just going to pull out of there too easily by hand. Yeah, it's coming. Nope, doesn't help at all. It's a losing game. I did take the pick guard off, and there is a pip there. I saw another fellow open up a gold top like this, and the first thing he did was look under the pick guard, and he saw the same problem. Divot from the screw. The screw ends just a little bit too long, or again, what was done here, they drilled two holes. They drilled one up here in the binding, and if they had to put it in there, it probably would have kept the screw end off the surface. But then they decided to drill it further down, and now the screw was sitting on the body. So now there's two holes in that side, too close side by side that you can't really do anything with. And I mean, these piece of shit little pick guards are crap anyway. So this F-clamp, what I'm thinking of doing is taking some of that alien tape that I have. Oh, I put it back on the shelf. And I want to alien tape this piece up here. And then, see, this one's big enough that I can get right around to the back. Well, I guess I'd have to do it this way. And I can get right around to the back of the neck so that it won't slip off. And use it to press down on the frets while they're CA glued and make them stay in place. A brush, I have to see if there's any little bits of dirt and stuff underneath there before I would go ahead and I guess I'll take this to the compressor and blow it. Oh, the nut is shit. Really, really terrible. So, you know, if I could fix all these things, it'd probably be a decent guitar. You know, the neck has a little bit of a back angle on it. So, you know, with the right way of being able to adjust the bridge, I probably could get what I need, especially cutting a new nut up here to fix it. These are a little bit high, and I guess I'm gonna have to put some pressure on all these frets anyway, and up here I'll just tap them if they need some, if I think I need to put them in there. I'm just gonna tap them. So I've got some pondering to do on how I want to attack some of this stuff, and we'll see where we go. The back of the guitar is okay. There's 1, 2, There's at least two pieces here. Those may be my fingerprints. Fingerprints do show a lot on satin guitars as well. You know, even after blowing this thing out with 140 psi, there's still little bits of dirt underneath the edges of these frets that wouldn't come out because they're kind of stuck in there, hanging on. I don't want any debris to give myself a chance to be successful. I've made my compressor. This alien tape stuff is really strong. All I have to do is do that, press it on, and it's in. So this is my curve. It's going to go down like that. So I'm going to have to pick a fret to go after. I've got my last glue, CA glue here. I put my pipette on it. Is the top open? Yep, I think it is. Sometimes I gotta keep that thing clear because it sort of gets clogged up at the top. So that's what they said to use, are these little things like that. So that's what I'm going to give it a shot with. And I might have to stand it up to get the glue to run. Let's see, where's the one down here I can do? Oh yeah, here. So 11 is up quite a bit. So I'm going to try 11. See if I can get this uphill like that. Are you still in the shot? Yeah, okay. So we're going to try to do 11. I'm going to put a little glue. Let me get my press over here on this side ready to go. I'm going to try to get some glue down this pipette. Yeah. Just trying to meter this stuff is an issue, I guess. That's why they say use these things. I'm not a very good expert at using this. Okay, someone under. I didn't get it right in the center, but it's putting pressure anyway. And the fret has gone down on the end. I noticed that a couple of them are up on the other side as well. And I can't believe that there's still crud underneath some of the edges of these things. Now, I don't know how long that's going to take to go. Let's see. Let's see. Alright, so number 11 is down. Is there still any play in it? I think there is. So I'm going to try another little dab at the end here. Can I get it? I think so. I think so. I think so. I think so. I think it, as long as I can get it down as far as it'll go and it stays there, when I do the leveling it'll be okay. Now with this one I'm going to just play with it. I'm going to see what happens if I tap it now. So go any further? It did. It went right to the binding flush. I would have thought it would have resisted moving if the CA glue was holding it in that position, but it went further. Alright, so let's see if it'll stay there. Let's give it a shot on number 12. Number 12 is quite high. It's resistant to be flat, but it's better than it was. So as long as it stays there, I should be able to do leveling on it and not be worried about it popping up on me. Okay, that seems to be a technique that I can use. I just have to perfect it now as I go along. I'll do it by myself and get back to you, let you know how it went. They're loose like hell in there. Look, this one's not bad. This is the best one. The rest of them, they're all loosey-goosey like that. So besides the bent one, they're all crap anyway.